How to forecast revenue for a company. This is absolutely vital. If you do not have revenue, you don't have a business, you just have an idea. And when it comes to investment projects, so many of you, just like Shark Tank, you have an idea, not a deal, because there's no structure. So I want to break this down. What is a revenue forecast and why is it absolutely vital to your business success? Number two, I'm going to give you a simple and very realistic framework for how to do a forecast in revenue. And I'm also going to explain in there how do you forecast for expenses. And then lastly, how do you use your forecast to make better hiring decisions, spending decisions, and then eventually investment decisions. So first of all, what is a revenue forecast and how might you use it? Let's get to the definition. So a revenue forecast is basically a income projection on what you're going to make in the next, I'd say, year, but you want to break it down quarterly, you want to break it down monthly, and we break it down even weekly. So based on your pipeline, meaning you actually have a pipeline of offers that can be as low as, say, $7 and as high as $70,000. But what is your offers? What is that pipeline? And what's the sequence that you're going to take someone to? The biggest thing when I help you forecast your revenue is to create the experience of your client. And so many of you just do what I call horizontal offers, meaning you have all sorts of different offers that are horizontal, but not vertical, meaning they need to do one thing to the next thing to the next thing. So in a horizontal model, you tend to get a lot of picking and choosing that might not be right for the client. So you either have to do a precursor of what do they actually want so you know how to give your offers. What you want to do is put together a menu. I'll just use us as an example, from the Millionaire Maker book to all the other 5 books to coming to our Millionaire Intensive, which is a free course, but I would highly encourage you to upgrade to the VIP status so you have all the replays. So you can get 2 tickets to Millionaire Intensive. I do it the first Thursday of every month, and it teaches you how to live corporate life and how to go build a revenue model. And then it actually takes you into a marketplace where you can make money. What a novel concept. And then once you go once, you can come back every month, all the time. The Monday after every one of our Millionaire Intensives, we do another marketplace. So you have 2 different times during the month to come make money inside of our system. So I don't know why more of you aren't there. It's fascinating to me, but our marketplaces are thriving and doing great. If you want to join our marketplace, our Facebook group that is actually designed for the millionaires in training, where you can actually be in a marketplace 24 hours a day, please go over to our link below. It's in the show notes, and join the Facebook Millionaires in Training group. We started this right during COVID to help you, if you were a millionaire, stay a millionaire, reduce your taxes. And if you're not a millionaire, how do we get you there and so you can make more money? And how do you make more money? You have to sell something. So back to your revenue model. You want to have a list of offerings, right? So I start with, again, the books, the Millionaire Intensive. It goes to isolated and very specific income coaching, to the big table, to master coaching. So when people follow that process and buy each of the items or bundle those items, you create revenue. So once you create your list of items that you're going to be offering, then you're going to do a spreadsheet across what are you going to make per year. That'll break down per quarter. You can break that down per month. You can break it down per day. So I'm going to give you a simple framework. Second thing I want to talk about. So get a pen and paper. Those of you who don't have one, so you may want to pause me just for a moment. Number one, again, you want to define your revenue drivers, right? So how many leads do you need to generate one sale? What's an average sale? What's the average cost that a client is willing to spend with your organization? Number two, map out your pipeline. How many new leads do you need? And not just from social media, from actually people who are clicking into further links, like coming from, say, you might see me on a TikTok ad, but then you end up over here on my YouTube channel consuming it for a long time. So you want to start tracking the behavior of a client. That creates success for you and your revenue. Apply and track your conversion rate. So however many leads you're getting to how many appointments, how many people are you actually talking to, how long and how many people actually go to the bigger ticket items. So start tracking the journey of the sale with all of your clients. So do your multipliers and start really looking deep in your funnel. There's a lot of times where you're only looking for one, maybe up to one a week, like 4 big ticket items. Why not double that? So start looking at what are the variables, what are the indicators and the drivers that are going to actually increase 5 times, 10 times, 8 times. Like, what kind of revenue projections can you get? I'll give you a big secret clue. By taking your closing rate from 10% to 20%, it's an 8x in every model. So if you are on track right now and you're making $10,000 a month and your closing ratio is only 10%. You literally, by closing 20% versus 10, can move from 10,000 a month to 80,000 a month. Do the math, do the funnels, and forecast your revenue. Because that's also going to tell you then what you need to do to build your systems, expand your team, come up with the structures around. Because most of you, you're not making money because you don't know how. You're not making money because you don't have the right team and you don't have the right systems. So while you're here and before I finish up, I want you to subscribe to my channel, click that notification button so you're here 5 days a week. And so whatever listening device you have, I'm popping in, you're listening for 5 to 10 minutes. In the show notes, you can grab my YouTube journal, which tells you what day you watch, what video, what was the topic, what you learn, and what are you going to do about it. Now, back to forecasting your revenue. Your forecast is going to show you your gap from where you're making right now to what you want to be making. It's also going to inform who needs to be hired. It's going to inform your pricing. If you haven't had price increases for a while, maybe you need to look at that. Your forecast is basically a projection of what you want, and then the actuals of what you actually did. So you want to be tracking that through your QuickBooks or some sort of an accounting system. The other thing it's going to tell you is where you're going to forecast your spending. So what you make inside the company is what you're going to be spending. Now, the strategy on the taxes, as you forecast revenue and you want to go from, say, 100,000 to 500, you got a tax problem. The more money you make, the more tax issues you're going to have, which means your corporate structure has to be strong. And more importantly, or just as importantly, is you need to move as many personal expenses into legal business deductions as you can. Because if you're going to make the money and then do your deductions, you pay tax after. If you're a sole proprietor, we don't even begin that way. It's not even in our definitions. We don't even say it. You're either an employee or you're an entrepreneur. If you're an employee, you're going to get taxed right away, and then you get to live on what's left. As an entrepreneur, you get to make money, do all your deductions, and then pay tax. Tax is a massive, massive part of forecasting your revenue. The other side of it is on those deductions, when and how do you pay them? You're not doing bills now on the 1st and the 15th. That's old school. It's what employees do. Entrepreneurs pay bills on a weekly basis to manage cash flow. If you have any questions about this or want to learn more, go to askloral.com, ASKLORAL, ask a question, make a request.